people think of mental illness, negative thoughts may be the first thing that comes to mind. Naperville News 17's Janelle Maglaya found out the importance of changing that view.
Dealing with anxiety, depression, and panic attacks can make you feel isolated. But if you're feeling that way, just know you're not alone.
About 1 in 5 people in the United States suffers mental illness in a given year. 1 in 4 people struggle with some type of mental illness in their lifetime. So that's 25% of people. The problem is that only about half of those people ever get help.
The fear of being judged and the stigma behind mental illness is often the reason most people don't seek help. Psychologists like Scott Mitchell are working to shift perception to make reaching out for help more the norm.
People sometimes will judge others who have mental illness as though they're weak, when that's not at all the case. Mental illness in some ways is invisible. So when you think of someone who's got the flu or, they have heart disease or something like that, you can see it, where mental illness you don't often see, although the symptoms are there.
And the longer a person waits to address the issue, the more harm it can cause for them down the line.
If it's not treated, it can get to a point where it can not only get out of control, but it's going to be more difficult to treat the longer it's left unattended. It's no difference than you take your child to the dentist every 6 months to a year to have their teeth checked. You take them to a doctor for a physical, to have a physical. Why wouldn't you take a child in for the mental piece of it also for a checkup?
The most common ways patients are treated are through medication or counseling. And under the Parity Act, most insurance providers require mental health services to be covered. To help push people to get that help available, professionals have been working to shift the stigma around mental illness. And right here in DuPage County, mental health specialists are taking an active approach to do just that.
A really good program that's out there is Mental Health First Aid. And it's a national movement that actually trains people, lay people, first responders, educators on detecting signs and symptoms of mental health and mental illness. And it also, I think, goes a long ways to normalizing it and destigmatizing it.
Edward Elmhurst Healthcare offers courses throughout the year ranging from $30 to $40. With this community effort, they hope to push people to see mental health in a different light.
The more we do, I think the more, it'll be the kind of thing we can talk about like heart disease or, the flu or anything else.
I'm Janelle Maglaya for Naperville News 17.
For those who think they may need help but are not comfortable speaking about private issues, you can check out edward.org to take an online assessment to see if you're at risk.